Greetings. It is Friday morning podcast, episode number 7. Not 6, that's already been done. This is the sequel to 6, number 7. So, what's been happening? This week, I have been trying to cut some weight because I've got a jiu-jitsu competition on Sunday. So, right now, I'm supposed to weigh in with my competition uniform, which will just be like a rash guard and shorts, tights as well probably. And the weight class is 91.5 kilograms. So the next weight class up is 97.5, and I had originally intended to compete at 97.5. But I weighed myself the other day after training, and I was like 93.5, and I was like, it doesn't seem like that drastic of a cut to drop down to 91.5, so I decided I'd try it. So I googled a few bits and pieces and tried to establish how exactly I could, lose 2 kilograms of weight. Well, I guess 2.5 kilograms of weight in about four days. So it's Friday now. Competition's Sunday morning, so I've still got approximately 48 hours before weigh-ins. And this morning I weighed myself just when I woke up, and I was 92.8, I believe. Actually lost a full kilogram just overnight as I was asleep, which is interesting. But basically what I've been doing is I drank probably about 8 litres of water yesterday. It really went hard on the water, forced it into me, so I was pissing all day. Then today I'm supposed to half that, drink 4 litres of water, and hopefully just keep on pissing. Not eat any carbs. I think you can have limited carbs, like less than 100 grams per day, which I've been sticking to. I generally just have them in the morning with some oatmeal and a banana, which is probably about 50 grams right there. And then the rest of the day I try and limit it. So we'll see what happens. I mean, other options are to do like an Epsom salt bath, and that kind of sucks some water out of you. Shouldn't be too difficult. I mean, we're 60% water, and I don't have a lot to lose. It's less than 2% of my body mass. So the big thing for me though is that I didn't really want to do a weight cut because I didn't really want any sort of situation where I might be sacrificing performance or just stressing myself unnecessarily, because it's not the World Championships. It's just a kind of a local grappling competition. So, but I just thought it'd be a good experiment to give it a shot anyway. And so far it's going fine. Lots of fats and proteins, they're okay, and then just got to minimize the carbs. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'll have a better idea probably by... Oh shit, sorry about that. Apologies. Please accept my apology. So, yeah, we'll see. It's been interesting, reading about it. And then, you consider guys in the UFC who cut 20 to 30 pounds of weight, which is just crazy. Now, in fairness, they do get 24 hours to rehydrate after weigh-ins. And, people say it's possible to rehydrate, to 95% of what you should be. But in my case, it's the same day weigh-in. So you weigh in, and you could quite potentially be in your first match 10 minutes later. So that's quite common. So that's another reason I don't want to be too dehydrated or what have you. So what other topics of interest are there really of late? a few things. I mean, I've been reading a book at the minute. It's called The Tiger by John Valiant. And basically it started off all about a devious and skillful man-eating tiger in the far eastern Siberia, where it's extreme boreal rainforest, the jungle really. It's like a Siberian jungle, and fascinating. It started off fascinating because I love tigers, and then slowly but surely they started just talking about Russian politics and economics, and it bored me. Quite frankly, it bored me. I just wanted to do tigers, but that wasn't how I kept going. You know, I saw a video of a tiger at the zoo. Well, not a zoo, one of these I guess it wasn't African, some sort of an enclosure anyway, where they threw in a big chunk of meat for the tiger, and the tiger jumped probably about 11 foot into the air and did like a half a backflip, caught the big lump of meat, which probably weighed about 30 kilos, and then just fucking lands like a ballerina and just jogged off with this giant chunk of meat in its mouth like it was absolutely nothing. Like, I would say tigers get my vote for definitely top 5 most athletic creatures on the planet. And I don't know what order they would be in, but I would also like to include great white shark, just for their those breaching aerial attacks. They're pretty impressive. I would also like to include, obviously, some type of ape or monkey. Now, it depends what we're going for here, because if we're going for, just sheer climbing ability, then you'd probably have to go with like a lemur, some sort of lemur, or like spider monkeys, or some of those guys, because those dudes can climb. They can climb. And with little regard for their own safety or for that of anybody else's, or for the integrity, the structural integrity of the branches upon which they are swinging. But you have to respect that, because they don't think about the possibility of a missed branch or a dislocated shoulder, which is stuff that I would certainly have to consider if I was trying to do an emulation of those movements. But I think I'd probably go with maybe a chimpanzee. I like the way they do things, and they're a pretty close relative for us. They're cool dudes. But then I've got 2 more spaces in there. What would I like to go with? Oh, it's a tough one. You know, I do like grizzly bears, absolutely. Fascinating. Polar bears, love those. Cheetahs, obviously. 120 kilometers per hour, can't argue with that. You'd have to put a cheetah in there. You have to. I mean, yeah. I think they get in there by default. Particularly, they've got that top speed of 120, and what I find even more impressive is occasionally, if they're chasing something like, I don't know, what's their main prey, like a springbok or something. It's not. I don't think it's a gazelle. I think it's like the smaller guys. I think it might be a springbok, and those guys have evolved where, in the sense that they know that they can't beat the cheetah in a flat-out drag race just for speed, So they've developed this sort of zigzag crossover ability, like, Kobe Bryant NBA style, where they have just the moves, the side steps, the lateral movement that just burns their predators. And when you see a cheetah chasing a springbok, and then the springbok just instinctively goes into one of those lightning fast zigzag patterns, like just like fucking incredible. But oftentimes, the cheetah can stay with them, like, for a little bit. You know, it follows those movements instinctively and reactively, like complete zen. Just absolute masterful Bruce Lee, be like water. And it's absolutely incredible that they're able to do that. So, for that reason, I'm putting cheetahs in there. That leaves one last free spot. Jesus. I mean, I'm trying to think maybe of a more obscure one, like something like The Ant. The Ant is an amazing... But, like, we're talking specific... I guess an ant is an athlete. They carry 40 times their own body weight. But still, you know, I know that's very impressive. But, like, you know, come on. Let's talk human scale here. Something that we can relate to. Like, what's 40 times my body weight? So I'm 92 kilos. So it's fucking 300. Jesus Christ, yeah. That's like 3.5 tons. God, that is impressive. And then, like, walking it fucking for miles, just carrying a van over my head. A van full of shit, whatever that may be. But, yeah, I don't know if I would give it to the ant, though. I mean, yeah, well, maybe I'm tempted to go with a peregrine falcon, the fastest bird of prey on the planet, classified as a raptor, which I thought that's pretty interesting. That some birds of prey are still classified as raptors. I think that's cool. Oh God, I really can't close out the podcast until I decide on who the fuck gets the fifth spot. Fifth spot, who's it going to? Honourable mentions. Rhinos. Oh, you gotta go with the saltwater croc, I think. Or do you? You don't have to. There's definitely a competitor. Saltwater croc, like, has remained relatively unchanged for 100 million years. The masters of camouflage, masters of patience. But are they athletic? They are athletic, I guess. I mean, they can move fast as fuck. But, like, yeah, you can't really compare them to... orangutans are pretty athletic, but I don't want to take up another spot with another ape. I mean, you get the point with the chimps. God, I'm really struggling with this. Number 5 spot animal. Who would you give it to? Oh God, this is just fucking. I should have just picked 4, but nobody does top 4 lists. What about maybe a wolf? I do enjoy wolves, and I do enjoy lions. Jaguar, they're all big cats. I mean, actually, you know what I would go with? I'd go with a killer whale, an orca. That's what I'm going with. That gets the spot. I can't believe I didn't think of that. Just, they're as cool as fuck. Incredibly intelligent, you know, fascinating social structure, and just all around cool dudes. Here's Security Alan now. Let's see what the beef is with him today. Morning, Al. How you doing?
All right, Friday at last.
Friday at last. You ready for the weekend?
Yeah.
You going to go for a few pints?
Saturday night, aye.
I wouldn't blame you.
This is the first weekend I've had off in a month.
Oh, really?
I've worked 6 days a week for the last month.
You'll have to go mental.
They're run down.
See ya. Good luck, Al. So yeah, a killer whale, that gets the vote. That closes it out. And not only does it close out the top 5 animals from James O'Reilly's athletic performance list, it also closes out the podcast for Friday, which has gone a little bit over time, but I'm sure you can understand the reasoning. I mean, it wasn't for nothing, but it was certainly for something. Until next time, be good, stay safe, and be strong. And next time I talk to you, hopefully I'll have good news from the grappling competition, in the sense that I made weight and also that I didn't disappoint myself. Okay, be good. Bye bye.